I'll set one too.
Boy, I got 2 Michelobes. And then we're in the dark. We about to go and do some therapy or what?
Shit, low key. Welcome back to another episode of Opinionated Off Topic. Today we're going to do things a little differently. Catch you guys up kind of with our personal lives, a little behind the scenes stuff, maybe what we're working on. Just kind of want to chop it up with Carlos. It's been a long time, kind of long overdue. Been well over a year, I think, since the last time we've done this. The last time I think we did a recap video, there was nothing on the wall. I think I'd been moved in for a month. Carlos was just getting back from working in North Carolina. And a lot has changed. So
we're on our second lease?
Yeah, second lease at this spot. Hopefully whenever we do, well, because I do want to do more of these, because I was talking to CJ earlier and I was like, I want to do like, because like how they have their recaps on PCT. Shout out to some boys at PCT. They're going to do a recap, drop in end of the month, I think is when they're going to do it, like the last day of the month type deal. But I kind of want to do, yeah, Friday.
So the same.
No, Thursday. Tomorrow's 31st.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow's 31st.
But I kind of want to do like with us, since we've like, I want to do it like every quarter, like 4 times a year type deal. And then like do like a big podcast kind of where even if we got to get a studio or something, like a little recap kind of with just us and then like Albert, the gang and stuff, and kind of just talk about the year. But anyways, I mean, shit, just looking into everything, it's kind of crazy. Like, how much
still hasn't
changed,
like
bro.
Hit me yet. And I was talking to CJ too. Like I was just saying, like it's not a lot of names, but it's a lot of names. Yeah, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely.
Like there's probably maybe 20 names up there.
Yeah,
but like that's not that many. Like no, it's only 20. But like I don't know, from like where we were when we started using the flag to like now.
Bro, it's insane. Like I remember when we first sat down and everyone was like, put something on the wall, put something on the wall.
We already knew, like, we already knew what we were going to have on the wall and everything. And like, we knew we were going to get the flag. We knew that we were going to have this stuff up on the wall. Yeah. But like, obviously we like to surprise y'all. I can't tell everything,
exactly.
You feel me?
You gotta, like Hex says, you just kind of like, when it's done, it's done. You put it out there, you know?
When we want y'all to know, we'll let y'all know. Yeah. I ain't trying to have no leaks out here, no moles.
No leaks. There's definitely some stuff in the works. Trust me. We're always working. Probably more than we should.
We're going to talk about it now.
We'll see. We'll see how the pod goes and get into it maybe.
Right.
But, I mean, yeah, really, dude, just everything on here. And honestly, bro, I don't even think like obviously, yes, we went to Arizona and stuff and all that last year, almost around this time last year. Yeah. But like when you look at all that stuff, we never even really kind of elaborated on that at all.
What you mean?
Like, because it's, I guess like we're gonna break down like the leases. Like we went through the first lease or whatever with Austin here, and then we like did all that stuff. We were shooting podcasts, but we still weren't as consistent. Like we're nowhere near as consistent as we are now. Like I think you were saying to me earlier, we've dropped more videos, you feel like, in these first 3 months of this year than we've done since we've started this thing. So like, and like, yeah, granted, a lot of it is like, cheat code uploads, but it's still an upload that, someone's going to watch it. But I just think like going into Arizona and like all that stuff, like kind of talk to us about how that trip like kind of molded you. Cause I think that was kind of like the shift, at least for me, that was like the shift where I was just like, we always knew we could do it and really wanted to do it, but then surrounding ourselves with people that were doing that in a studio in kind of the same way, I just kind of want to hear, like, was that, like, the shift for you? Like, you were like, damn, this is really, like, becoming something?
Nah. If y'all go watch Park Car Talks, their first episode they released this year, you'll get a better understanding of where I was in, I guess, that point in my life. But it was cool, it was dope, and like it made me want to do it, but it didn't move me like it should have, just because of
your mindset still.
My mindset's still in the place where I was like mentally in my life. So it had an effect on me, but not like it probably did on you, or it did like on Albert if it had an effect on Albert.
Yeah.
But for sure, not like it did you. But it made me realize that like studio is like feasible, and
yeah, it's not
getting
as
it is
unrealistic as you think.
Yeah, and getting it is definitely doable.
Yeah.
And it made me want to get one more, because I did start looking into them, and I mean they are, depending on how you go about it, but they are easily feasible. But the trip was fun and it was dope. Don't get me wrong, but it just didn't
move you.
I didn't move in like that. When we go again this year,
yeah,
it'll be different. But we're also on a different wave than we were last year as well.
Yeah, because
we went last year, so we like shot videos last year, and then we didn't get them out like that quick
at all.
And then we went to Phoenix, and then we shot videos there.
Yeah, a lot.
We didn't
like 3
get them out. I don't think we got them out that
4
quick.
Really. We shot 3 podcasts and then a little walkthrough video.
Yeah, and we didn't get them out that quick.
Took pictures too.
So, like the wave now is completely different than it was then. So that's probably another thing that like why it didn't move me. 'Cause, like you don't think it, but like it's in the back of your mind. Like this shit's gonna be a minute till it comes out.
Oh, bro, yeah. Everything we did, bro. Like, and that's kind of like you're not gonna. We even talked about not filming because we didn't want to keep filming stuff and then not put anything out, especially with guests.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys don't know, Carlos does most of the editing now on the podcast, and
every video that's gone out this year,
gone out besides the one. I mean, I'm gonna give you credit for that 101. You basically edited that shit for me, but the 101 recap.
Oh, I was talking about all the podcasts.
Oh, okay, yeah, but yeah, go ahead. Every podcast really.
I think every
one, bro. You've literally edited everything. I think the last thing Carl or Albert edited was that was a podcast. Was Josh's.
That was this year, no?
Last year.
Oh, it was last year?
Yeah, it was at the
it was December.
It
was December.
Christmas.
Yeah.
We released it, and then we were like, all right. And then that's kind of when we started formulating that plan of like, okay, we have.
That was our first podcast to release of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every podcast has come out this year. If you think the editing's ass, that is. But no.
Fine,
yeah, I've edited.
I've edited
all the trivia. I've always edited all the trivias. I've edited all the podcasts this year. So it's people don't realize how like draining this shit is,
bro. It's insane. But like
people don't like. Because I always just think to myself, I don't know, I'll just be in my own world. But I was like, bro, like, imagine when you're like making money from this, but it's not like enough money to like,
it's not
just
enough
do
money
this,
to just do this,
you know, and you still got to work a full-time job. But it's like, now you got to start coming up with like other ways to like gain more traction and more traction and more traction. So you can make it a full-time job. And like, the shit just so draining, like always having to like think of ideas, edit it, like especially for me because I don't know why it's different now. Yeah. But like I'm starting to get like more stress, or I guess stress headaches, or more headaches from just like looking at screens all day. Yeah. Because like for work, I look at a screen all day, and then after work, I'll just edit, and I'm looking at a screen the whole time. Dude, and then I wake up and go to a screen. But like I don't know, when I play games, it's different. Like it doesn't have that effect on me. I don't know if it's because it's constantly changing
and it's moving too.
That might be it. But I started wearing my blue light glasses more.
So you wear that at work? Or
I wear them at work,
okay.
and I wear them here. Just because like I started getting like just headaches from just constantly looking at a screen, and that shit takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know what rambled on to this.
No, it's fine. I mean, we're just chopping it up.
Yeah, I've done all the podcast edits this year, and it's a lot. Yeah. And you don't want to mess up when it's like bigger guests that we've had on. So that's like another like, I want to say anxiety thing that I deal with, but like another like thing that I think of like mentally, like, damn, bro, I don't want to mess this up. Like, I want to like this to be good. I want it to be dope. I don't want anything to go wrong.
Yeah. Anything,
stuff
bro.
like that.
Like I mean, knock on wood, like the audio shit, when like a file just gets corrupted, you know, it's just like lately we've been shooting some bigger guests, and it seems like it's honestly starting to it's going to just keep transcending, which is great for us. But like you were saying, it's just going to be one of those things where like, I mean, when we shot Bryson's, like I forgot the lights. I was super mad at myself, and like, good thing like you and Albert weren't hard on me, because it's just like we've all fucked up since we've been doing this, but it's gonna come with it too. And it's like, that's another thing that's like people don't understand. Like, there's so much that goes into this. Like, you shoot the pods, then I watch them and like write notes, and then do all the clips and TikTok and the social media and uploads, and like it balances out. It's fair. And the good thing is like the reason why Albert is transitioned into not doing the podcast is because like from a skill standpoint, he's just so much more advanced than everyone that like is in our circle, from like using a camera to the way he edits, and to also to the equipment he has. And when you have the equipment he has, you don't want to just shoot podcasts. When you have the skill he has, you don't want to just shoot those.
And you don't want to edit those. It's just boring.
Exactly.
Because like if y'all seen it, he edited the walkthrough video, and then did you?
Me and him did like a little.
I don't think that's. He edited that. If y'all posted that, he edited that.
We did.
He didn't. He didn't. Well, no. I guess that was part of it, because like the video y'all did, it still had the camera going into the letter and transitioning.
Yeah.
Did he ever release that video?
Yeah, so that's on.
No, but did he release the first video he did like that? The one that.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't released that.
I don't even think like. I don't even know if that dude. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
So stuff like
exactly.
If you saw the video with him and Cam working out, and like him doing his thing, that's what Albert does. It's just he's able to do stuff like that, and like.
And that's still probably not even anywhere near what he can really do. So it's like,
so he's going off doing his thing, and we all sat down and talked and got on the same plan. And there's gonna be stuff in the future that I think y'all will enjoy, that he will be
editing
and doing for us. But he's big time now, editing concerts and music videos and doing all the good stuff.
The man's good. I mean, it's crazy too, just to see like our growth from like when we all were sitting down, and like, I mean, shit, we thought like when he was first editing stuff, it was live, and it's like obviously, you know, you progress.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see like his growth, and then also our growth too, just from like organizational standpoint, the way we can do guests, like. The conversations get better. My friend
texted me yesterday, and he was like, who's this girl on the podcast? I was like, oh, which one? And he was like, Kelly. And I was like, oh, she's a fitness girl.
Yeah, her birthday was yesterday, 2 days ago.
And then I was like, that shit was probably ass. And
Robert edited that.
I know, but just like from conversation point to maybe editing point, like... Since that time, because that was last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
So it's like since that time to like now, conversations have probably gotten way better. Yeah. Camera probably looks way better. Yeah. Sound probably still fucked up, but we're getting there.
It's getting better. For sure.
But it's just, I mean, like you said, the more that we do this, the more that we're able to get better at it. Like I guess every guessed in every edit is like practice.
Yeah, it's just more reps.
Extent,
I mean, it's like when we had David or Kuno on. If you guys haven't seen this podcast, phenomenal. But he was just saying like, or I've seen back to him, like amount of times he records and makes songs is just a rep. Like he's just getting more reps. You know, it's just the same thing. Like, and that kind of is what halted us. I mean, we would go on these. There was always like a flash of consistency. Like we would always go from me, you, and Albert. We'd always bam, 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 record a bunch, and Albert would also bam, 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 get it out a bunch. But there was no like real guided plan. Like we weren't organized really. Like we wouldn't really schedule out months like we do now. Like we know Albert's not gonna be free this weekend or whatever. So like for me and you, we come with game plans to work around it and do something. Like even today, it was like we really didn't know what we wanted to do, but like just because we have something. But it's like we still need to get in that habit of recording, doing something, because it's like you don't.
Then it just goes back to
what I mean. You
doing.
go back to what you're doing, and it's like even like on. I mean, the crazy thing is like when posting, like going into consistency, like when I posted that Caleb video and it like got like 600 views, and then like that right there showed me. Excuse me. If we like post at the right time and the right content, it can hit the algorithm. Like yeah, 610 views isn't a lot, but for y'all that have not messed with YouTube, that shit is a lot, especially for a small YouTuber. It's not. It's hard.
I was geeking.
We gained like, bro, yeah, me too. And we gained like 30 subs off that video. So it's like, think about that. 610. Think about we have a video that just happens to get 50K, 100K. Like, and if you're not ready for those moments, like you post that, then you blow up, and then you don't have anything in the tuck to keep firing it off. Kind of like a TikTok algorithm. Same thing. Like. Because we have videos on TikTok that are doing well too. So it's like, then you're not going to really transcend into where you want to be because you weren't ready. And that's the thing. Like, I always just want to be ready. Guest, like having John on, random
we'll get into
shit like that.
Later,
we'll get into all that later.
Well,
but
it's
just crazy just like how fast it can happen.
We kind of talked about the other day, but like, we'll get into it later, but I'm low key like scared, but we'll get into it later.
Yeah.
But how like going back to Phoenix and everything, how was that for you?
For
like,
me
personally?
Yeah, for me, I mean, if you guys don't know Cayman and Braxton, watch their podcast, great guys, and the next time we go there, it'll be good for all of us because we'll be able to catch up with them and do a recap with both of them. Probably do individual ones for them because they both have so much different stuff to do. But man, just going out there was just really crazy. I mean, really just to see like from Cayman just how he just was able to like surround himself with these kind of people and then like really chase his dream. And then hearing about Braxton's story and like how he started selling t-shirts out of a bag and like doing his thing and making every move he did strategic to get him into a position to do well and have his own schedule and be his own business, his own boss and stuff. Then having the studio, then seeing someone like Dylan Walsh, like how young he is, but he's already like doing that because like that's what he wants to do. So like seeing all this stuff, I was just like, damn, this is really crazy. One, two, like you said, the studio is feasible. Like it's not hard to get if you know what you're doing and like know where to go and stuff like that. And then I don't know, bro, it just made me really just get in that mindset of just like, all right, how they're a team. Because at the time we weren't really like a team like that. Like it's always was like, oh, well, someone do this or like, I do this. So like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, no, they needed something to do. Someone's going to, pick up some slack or vice versa. And like, once I found that team, we found that team mode. I was like, we got to get more like that. And we got to continue to surround ourselves with these people. Cause like, obviously our energy towards them was really reciprocated. Like they really liked us, appreciated us and things like that. So it's just it's like the same way. And then we'll get into that later, but just like what I was telling you like earlier today, like the people I've kind of surrounded myself with lately, like I really only talk to like a certain amount of people. And I do keep in touch with a lot of people, but like people I like talk to consistently on a daily basis is like, it's just cause like we're on the same wavelength, like I don't want to, talk to someone. Like you have your friends for certain things, So like once I found like these friends, and then with CJ moving in here this lease, like it's really starting to like make sense for me. And I guess I was like kind of the shift where I was just like, all right, well, that trip was phenomenal, and that trip like got me like they're doing the same stuff as us, so they understand how hard it is to only do that, especially like if you have a full-time job doing something else, how hard it is to do that, and just like making something you think is phenomenal, great product as an artist, and then like it doesn't get the reciprocation or content or anything you're doing, providing a service. So I don't know, it was great for me, and then we just kind of fucked it up by not, taking that momentum after and just really, going with it. So yeah, that's how it was for me at least. And then also last year, just for me, like, was this not the greatest year for me, like mentally? So like, I definitely like would just make excuses, and like like Albert said, like we could have been editing and stuff. Like obviously there's lack of communication on both ends, but I mean, for me it was just not ideal. Like my headspace wasn't great, so I'm just kind of what it was. And then like same for you, like you said, there's a lot of stuff we didn't know that was going on with you too. So it's like you combine the and Albert, so you combine all that stuff. It's just like, yeah, there was a reason why like it feels different this year.
Yeah.
So
all in all though, like we talk about it like a decent amount, but like people don't really know the extent of like, I want to say how bad stuff was, but like how easy it was for us to stop / still stop. And that, I mean, that's just kind of what like this was, like us making excuses, Albert saying y'all can edit, and like the video's not getting put out, me not being there 100%. Like it was and / it is so easy for us to just stop and not do it, but like we didn't. And I don't know, just kind of like says a lot to me now.
Yeah.
Like it tells me a lot about like us as a group, and then us as like a person.
Yeah.
Because it shows like we're just
different.
Yeah.
Literally. Like, I mean, like you were saying earlier today, like, people are the average person that gets a good job, works a 9 to 5. Excuse me. Beer. Works a 9 to 5, does like normal stuff, work out, whatever. Go out every weekend or a lot. And I mean, who knows what they're doing in the evenings, right? Probably just watching Netflix, gaming, whatever. But it's like you said, to really want more and strive more for your life, you have to do certain things to get there. And it's like, we don't want to be average. We don't want to be a typical robotic person, retire at 55, get really a solid 10 to 15 years of your life after, to like really enjoy your life. And then at that age, you're just getting older. You might not even want to do half the shit you said you were going to do when you're younger. So it's like, I don't know, we're all young. We have no kids. We have really no like serious obligations like that. So like, why not try and start something and, do something and just, create a shift too. Like, I really do feel like here, like we have like, I'm not going to say we have the biggest podcast in Austin, because I really don't know whose podcasts are from here, but I feel like at least locally, like the stuff we do is like the benchmark, like transcendent. Like we were the first people to really like get the local community on, like on a podcast, and give them a platform to talk like that, and like get guests on and do it that way, in the right way. And not like talking cocky or like having an ego, but I really think that's important, like that we know that, because it's like, it's true. Like I never seen that, and it's really dope that people are like, they hit us up like hey, like can I get on the pod, or like I want to get on the pod and stuff, and like because they're doing their own thing, and like it's kind of that young generational shift you talk about all the time. Like everyone our age is like doing something. I just feel like that's important, and I just think like that right there shows there's a belief behind it. And the thing is, we know it's not going to be overnight, because I mean, most people are just like, oh, like it's not going to blow up and stuff. But you don't really master skill, I would say, probably like till 5 years in. I'd say when we're like in 2 years from now, we're not going to obviously know it all, but it can change quickly.
I mean,
so
me personally, I don't look too much like at the numbers or the sub counts or the likes or the views or any of that, just because like I knew going into this that it's a long-term game.
Yeah.
Like I know that it's something that it's gonna take some time, and I knew / know that. So like, people will probably be like, oh, like they're not gonna blow up, or like, oh, they're not even like gaining traction, or all this and that. But like,
Yeah.
that's fine. Like, I know it takes time.
Yeah.
And that's why that goes with like really anything, any profession, really. Like, it's how it is. You gotta wait.
Sorry about the delay. Had to call my grandma. Shout out, Granny. Love you. Thank you for bringing in the best dad in the world to raise us and, provide for us and kind of give me my values. A little shout out to you, Dad. Bet I'm on your ass when I see you. Always. But anyways.
Shut up, boy.
Oh, man. But anyways, yeah.
I don't remember where we left off.
We can talk about something else. It's fine. We can like dive into, because I mean, our timeline was Arizona. You asked me what I was talking about. Then we kind of went into it, and then we kind of like touched on some things we want to get into later within this podcast. But I guess you can just really start it off after that. Really going into this.
Like after we left Arizona, and like not like releasing stuff for a long time. Like I know like that frustrated you, but like from like not releasing it to like starting to do stuff and then stopping again. Like where was it from Arizona till I guess now where you like we're pretty much like fuck this, like this isn't happening again.
Like us not posting?
Yeah.
It was like, when did I want to change that, basically?
Yeah, like when I guess because you got like a wave in like Arizona, like,
oh, for sure.
And then when was that like again that wave hit, or like this is not happening again?
Dude, honestly, I'm trying to think. So after that happened, the summer was, kind of a blur, to be honest. Like I was just like on a bender. Like I was going out and just trying to distract my mind off of circumstances I don't want to get into, and a little lover boy. But anyways, it's a bender, and then that's kind of when I found Mike. Like, well, I'd been watching his podcast, and that's really when he dropped the highs of music. So the music was phenomenal, was great. Was easing me through a lot of that stuff. It's really why I love the dude so much. And then,
whoa,
the little man crush.
Oh, okay.
But
we all got him. It's good.
You ready? But nah, dude. Honestly, bro. Like after that happened, kind of.
Well, before you get into that,
it really didn't hit me, bro, until like, and this is the thing. I don't want to like say your business, because I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of when it hit me, like the second wave, because like when all that stuff was going down, that's when CJ was about to move in. And then,
did he move in before or after? He moved in after, right?
Yeah, it happened on. Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about that.
CJ, you move in October, November.
You moved in October, bro.
November.
November. Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like literally Thanksgiving.
That's when it happened.
No, that happened. Oh
yeah, that weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kind of, bro. Once that happened, and then like, once CJ, because like CJ, we and him had already been talking about once he moves in here, he was gonna start his podcast up again. So like, when he was telling me that, I was like, all right, perfect. Then we already kind of knew we want to take this somewhere else, which we'll talk about maybe a little bit later in this pod. But once all those stuff started aligning, and then that kind of happened with you, for me, I felt like it was my duty to really pick this shit up, as in like on my end, because I was slacking and we all were slacking, and then there was no communication. Then we rekindled with Albert, and we finally talked to everything out for the last time and got the shit off all our chest. Like, why the fuck isn't stuff coming out? Why isn't stuff being posted? Things like that. So once all this, like all these things align properly, and then that's when I was just like, okay, bet. Carlos is now like, you had a certain fire, like, because like, yes, something has to happen normally dramatically when you're in situations like this for a fire to be just ignited like that. Kind of what happened, and then like it was like a shift. And then CJ moves in, and it was like a shift. Then there were just days all three of us would just bullshit and stay up, and we would just talk, get ideas, get stuff off our chest, and then it was kind of like more like really when the wave really hit, because like we would like got in the mood of, I think we recorded like in December or November, and like we were starting to record again. But I think
it was December.
It's when CJ did something. I think he had like, because I think he recorded. I think he started in like December too, with his, because I think we shot those in December.
Did we record?
Yeah, we started those like relatively quickly because you
started what?
His podcast like got started relatively quickly. Because
well, when did ours though? Was it earlier or late December?
Post?
No, record. Because we probably only recorded once in December, right? And it was probably just Josh. Because I remember I got COVID during Christmas, so there's no way like I recorded.
I'm trying to see like when I'm trying to see when we dropped the last video in 27. What the fuck am I talking about?
2021.
Yeah. Let me see.
Because I got COVID, so obviously I didn't do anything like during the Christmas, and then I couldn't do anything for New Year's because I had COVID. And then after that,
okay,
is when
so
we
we dropped
recorded
Peyton's
again.
pod November 6th, the Mark Phillips pod, but that had been recorded, I'm sure. Then we dropped the last thing we dropped before that was Gabby's trivia, and that was October 15th. So like the gap already is like
Almost a month.
Yeah. And then we dropped Josh's, let's see, December 3rd. So like almost a month again too after Peyton. So like we were dropping like once a month. Unacceptable if we're a media
So
company.
Josh was the last one last year. Okay. So what was the first one this year?
The first one this year was the NIL Let's Make It Quick, January 8th. Because we like, it was the holidays. Like it was understood.
Yeah, that's yeah. And then I got COVID and all that, and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think we recorded.
And then we dropped, and then after that, we dropped January 12th, and we haven't missed a week since.
Yeah. Anyways,
but
get back to what you were saying.
But like, no, I mean, just kind of like this wavelength hit, and then like you had shot like CJ had shot me and yours in the same night, his first two episodes. Because I mean, like he's been doing the podcast, but I'm gonna count like, to me, it didn't really start until this year, as in like, because it's like a movement now. People really know like he does that shit. So like, I would say like after those first two episodes that he did, basically CJ came into my room one time, and I don't know what I was doing. I think we were posting stuff too, but CJ was like, I think either his hard drive broke already or he was using my green one. And then he was like, hey bro, can I see that hard drive? I want to start working on the clips. And then that right there, like, fired me up. Because I was like, bet. Like, if CJ's going to do shit, I have no reason to not do shit either. So it's like one of those, like, that's why I tell him all the time, competitive fire. Like, I want him to push me just like I'm going to push him and push everyone else. Because it's like, if he's slacking, then I can feel like I'm going to slack off. And then, like, that's why when he said, like, last week, he was like, oh, I felt like I was, like, slacking just because, like, he didn't post. But I'm like, bro, no, you're still doing your thing. Like, it happens. But, like, it's different when it's, like, you still recorded that week, you know? And, like, you're still posting. You still got the shit out that week. It might have just been a couple hours later, but you still got it out. So I was just like, you take those steps, and then, like, having CJ in here, and then, like, then we got in a schedule of, like, Tuesday, he shoots. Wednesday, we shoot. And then, like, I kind of like it like that because, like, if I have no motivation, but I saw him shoot yesterday, I'm like, bro, fuck that. We got to shoot too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's been kind of the great thing about having CJ here is just being able to really push me and then, like, push you. And then, like, I texted you yesterday, like, you've just been, bro, you've been doing your shit, bro. Like, I'm really proud of you for real. Like, because, I mean, we had that convo in that car when I took you to your parents that night, and we just talked for, like, 2 or 3 hours. And, like, you know, it's just like you were just kind of hard on yourself, but it was good to see because you were being very self-aware and like self-reflection. And I mean, there's a lot of self-reflection on all of our parts. We didn't really, you know, I think what really changed it is when we had that meeting with Albert too. And he was like, he's like, I'm just not going to edit the pods anymore. And like when he gave that ultimatum, I was like, when I texted you and I was like, bro, we just like, it's up to us now. Like if we don't post, if we don't edit this shit, then it's not going to grow at all. And, like, we can't be mad and, like, looking around and be like, oh, this person's growing or we're doing whatever, and we're just sitting on our ass. Like, and now we've gotten so consistent and we have.
Shit is boring.
Oh, it's not fun.
It is boring. Boring as hell.
I mean, watching it for the first time is fun, like, when I do it and do the notes. But, like, sometimes I'm very, like, I really take my time doing that. Like, the podcast I'm watch later is, like, an hour. It'll probably take me, like, an hour and a half to watch because I really, like, make sure I stop it accurately. So when I go back and like post production and like cut it up, I get it exact. And like, so I don't know. It's just, it isn't fun.
No, because like an hour podcast takes like
probably like 3
hours to edit. Yeah. And it's not fun.
Even with knowing like the shortcuts and shit, it's still
not
a while.
fun. It's not fun. It's boring.
And it's
you're just
like,
sitting there, is fucking.
And people don't understand. Like, I don't know. And it does fucking suck, dude. Like, I'm not a numbers guy either because I know the growth, but it does suck when we fucking grind and, put out something and it's just like, it doesn't get the reciprocation or someone can't, reshare it on their story or whatever. But I'm not saying reshare everything we do, but if we do something cool and you genuinely liked it, like you can do that. Y'all post y'all's friends taking selfies. I'm gonna get some shit off right now. Y'all post y'all's friends taking selfies and like shit and like, y'all
bring up Odell and his baby again.
Y'all, posting Odell and his baby and like just weird ass celebrity shit that everyone else sees. Like everyone sees the same stuff. We all follow the same people, bro. You don't need 20 people reposting the same stuff. Like, if you really support us and rock with us and like you're gonna like, I don't know, like it's not that hard to do that. Like, what do you? And there's another thing too, which I kind of want to get into a little bit later. But like with social media and like, because we'll talk about your like social media break, because I kind of want to ask you about how that's been. I kind of know, but like I kind of want you to like elaborate. But like, bro, like I mean, just like, bro, like, come on, like if you think something's dope, like just reshare it. It's only on your page for 24 hours, and it goes away. Half y'all motherfuckers click through the story anyway. Sorry, I just had to get some shit off, bro, because that shit bothers me. Like that's the only thing that gets me like turned up all the time. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of like the shit for me, and we just been killing it this year. Like I've been doing this thing on Twitter where I tweet like each month. So I go like, so when the next month starts, I'll be like 312 check. Or like I think it's 412. I don't know how I do it, but I think it's 412. So like when April 1st hits, I'll tweet like 4 out of 12, and then I'll like do a little paragraph about the last month, and then end it off. On my Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And I'll like end it off, and then I'll be like, time to do this month. I do that like I've been doing it since like I kind of started last year, but I've really been doing it consistently this year. Because I mean, each month I try to outdo the other month within myself and with OP, and it's like we've been growing, bro. Like I don't need, I kind of want to, like I wish we knew what our page was at on IG at least before the year started, like a screenshot of it.
Figure it out.
I want to see, because I want to go back, because we're at 430 something, like 432 right now, and like I'm pretty sure we were at like 370, 360 when the year ended last year.
I'm sure you could figure it out.
So like. And it's not like we're following y'all back either. So like, yeah, don't ask. But I don't know. This is one of those things, bro. Like it's just cool, bro. It's really cool to like see, because I know we can do it. I always have, but it's like more of like, I'm just glad we are doing it and doing it the right way. Like we're not really asking for handouts, and it's okay, to get those and stuff. And you can't be afraid to like take help and get the opportunity, like people were asking me how I got John on, and I literally was like, I've been like kind of DMing the dude just because like through Mike, like knowing about Mike and their podcast, and like he'll post something funny and I'll just like comment on it or like whatever. And then it kind of started with like the Bellina Cup thing, like a little beer pong tournament. I was gonna do it with Steve. It was like a virtual beer pong tournament, and then it never happened. And then John DM'd me and was like, "Are you still gonna do it?" And I was like, told him no, and he was like, "Whatever." I was like, "Oh, it's whatever." But like the fact he was like replying and stuff, he had hit me up to do. He had hit me up.
Kind of salty you didn't ask me.
Yeah, that's my bad. Honestly, I think you were just, I don't know what you were doing.
When was it?
It was like right before I went to Houston. Because last time I went to Houston was in October. It was like because the Astros were playing the Red Sox, pretty sure, in the pennant. That's when I went, and that's because that's when we talked. Because I was texting, I was like do the DMs and stuff. But I just wanted to do it, I looked at it as a networking opportunity. I was like, hey, because I was gonna just play through OP. Because I get what you would do is you just get on like IG Live with like another account and you all just play or some shit like that. And I was like, I was gonna play with OP, like, and just kind of just use it. Like people are like, what is this? Like you said, like we always talk about everything's perception. Like you do something Like when we were in Arizona, we're getting fucking hella views on our stories, people being nosy and stuff, because like we're out here, then like they see like Braxton has like this amount of followers, or Cayman has like 10K, and like they just see like all these people with like this social media, you know, buzz. They think like, oh, okay, like they're really doing something, and we're somewhere else too, which helps. So like that's kind of where that went. And then with John, like all that stuff happened, and then we kept reaching out, and then I got on his Power Hour, and then I got on his YNK Premium, and like he had my number saved, and then like when I rewatched that video, he was like, let's give Cam a call. Like he was already like kind of fucking with me, you know. So you know, he did a podcast with someone else like that week, and he was like, I'm doing podcasts, so hit me up. I just DM'd him. He was in Austin, and I was like, you know, hey, like we've been like connecting, like can we do a podcast with you, preferably in person? Just reached out, bro. Like hit him up, and he was down to do it.
Was he gonna say no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was down to do it, and that was that. And that was just like one of those, like a lot of people weren't willing to do that. Like even if you left me on red, bro, I'll follow up. Like you follow up, like we follow up. Like I'm not gonna not follow up.
I have to bleep that out.
My bad. Anyways, you follow up. We follow up with someone. Yeah, you believe that was fine. You follow up with someone. That's why you added this shit.
Facts.
But,
facts.
You follow up with someone, and it's just like, bro, I'm not afraid to like do that, because it's really what we want to do. You know, like, I mean, there's gonna be people. I truly believe there's gonna be people in 5 years that are gonna hit us up to get on the pod that might have like 300 followers or whatever, like small. But I'm never gonna forget, and I know you're never gonna forget, and I know Albert's never gonna forget where we came from with all of this. Like I'm never gonna turn down someone opportunity. Like I've always, and that's the thing too, I've always been the one to show love. Like people, like they say they show love. Like I truly believe like no one shows love like me or like the people I'm around. Like bro, I repost so many people's stuff on OP, on Twitter. I'm always retweeting stuff because I don't give a fuck about that social media where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna pollute my stuff, bro. Like I show love, bro. And I think that's kind of with the genuine intuition of like what we do. I really truly believe like the higher power and like God and stuff. It's like kind of why our stuff's aligning, because we are good people and we do it the right way. We don't do stuff looking for something in return. We do it because we want to do it. So yeah, that's just kind of like the wave I've been on with all this. And
piggybacking off of like you saying about the 300 followers, I don't care how many followers somebody has. If you have 300, if you have 3,000, 300,000, and like you asked to get on our podcast, like the first thing I'm gonna look at is what I'm sure other people look at with us is the consistency and then how serious you are about it. And then if you have 50 followers, but you just been posting and working and grinding, you just ain't getting traction, like I'm still gonna take you on. But if you have 500 followers and you post like
one a month, one like, or whatever, it doesn't matter what you're
our other competition, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I ain't fucking with us. You know what I'm saying?
Like that, like I am probably not sorry.
Yeah.
But no, me, I would never care about your following. Me personally, what I would rather see is how you've been doing with that.
Well, I mean, too, going back to John, bro, like having him on the pod when he was like, I'm pretty sure like when he got here, because I don't know, we've been keeping in touch, but like when he came here, like the fact we had these lights in the camera, because he was like, it's different being in 4K. We're like, shit, it ain't on 4K, but like,
4K,
you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm pretty sure he saw that flag and was like, wow, like that's pretty dope, like signing it and stuff.
I think people see it on like,
you know,
YouTube and all, but I think when they walk in, it hits them differently.
Even when we have like, dude, I remember the first time.
I'm not talking about, well, like even our friends. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like when we had, like when my birthday was here, like when we had all these people pregame. Shout out the River Rat, shout out my boys. But when they all came through, like we had the flag up already, and like they were like, "This is cool, bro." Like,
yeah,
you know, they was cool. Like they saw it was cool, and it was like, man, just y'all wait, bro. When we get a studio, like. And like even like when Bash and Key come over, because like they don't come over a lot, but when they do come over, normally there's new stuff on the wall, and it's like they're like, damn, this is dope. Like Bash got it one day and was like walking around and like looking at stuff, and I was like, yeah, bro. And like shout out to them boys. Like when they give me stuff, I'll put it up there. Like when I buy stuff for them and it comes with like art or whatever, is getting put up there, because I mean that's that intuition thing we've been talking about, like, you know, showing people love and stuff. I even told you, like, when it comes to clothing and stuff, like, I only wear, like, my favorite, like, inspirations clothes and, like, creatives and Nike, of course. But, like, that's it. Sports teams. But, like, I'm not finna be wearing no, like, designer shirt on here, bro. They don't even know who I am. Like, I have a better chance at repping my friends and
I wear one
shit.
designer club, but
Who? You?
I don't even
Well,
know.
it
if
is
it's
designer, though.
I don't
Like,
know.
your
I don't
friend
know.
shit is
Well, no,
designer,
no.
so-
I'm talking about like, I guess higher end clothes. I don't even know if it's like.
Are you talking about All Saints?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just whatever, though. It's because it's nice and it's solid color.
And it's, I mean, they're comfortable as
Yeah,
hell.
they're just
expensive
nice,
as
yeah.
hell for me, but
That boy got that fat lady shirt on, bro. Carlos changing up on the boys. But no, I mean, it's cool. Like, he was like, how many times have you, or he's like, how long have y'all been shooting for? And we were like, go around like 2 years, 3 years. And he was like, it's like, keep doing it. He was like, record every week, man, and post every week. He's like, even if it's a 3-minute video, post it. And so, like, hearing that from someone that's like doing theoretically what we want to do, like full-time creator, doing his own thing, like, that was cool. Because it's like, he probably was surprised, bro. Because I guarantee there's probably motherfuckers who started a podcast and just were like, yeah, let's just do this podcast real quick, get John on type thing. Like, there's people that think like that. People that think about quick success, you know, and those people are going to fizzle out and burn out. Because if you are money driven and success driven, you can be money driven, but you have to have some kind of, like, you got to be like able to know, like, if you're chasing a bag, you can't expect a bag like to pop up. And, like, if it does pop up, great, good for you. But, like, if that was just quick money, quick success, like, you're not going to be successful in the long term. This is a long term game. We want to do this shit forever, you know? Like, it's not just a hobby.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, right now it is, but
right now
the
it
goal
is, but I
to-
mean, we don't treat it like that. It's super serious. It always is. And
wish
I think
we
that's
did.
kind of why we're the way we are with it, why it's growing like it is.
Yeah, because like, it's not growing numbers wise, but it's growing with like the people that we have on wise. Like,
Yeah. Which helps because it's like
they're
bigger
bigger
guests.
people.
So, like,
Yeah.
when they retweet it and repost it, hopefully the plan is their audience comes over, a little bit of their audience comes over and follows us, you know, and then we just keep them here by being consistent.
That's how networking is.
Exactly. I mean, so we got some things in the works with that. Kind of going back on you, and I know when your shits was here,
Well, from
like, I guess
Phoenix to, I guess now, it was frustrating for me too, because like we shot the videos and they weren't getting put out, and we would like shoot here and there, and then stop and then shoot and then stop and then shoot and then stop, and like,
bro,
it at that time it was very, 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 very easy for me to get checked out and like not want to do anything. So it was, that part was like, I guess, difficult for me. Like, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to record. I don't want to do this. Like, and then we, when the weekend CJ moved in, my ex-girlfriend broke up with me. And then obviously I was like down and whatnot. When did we
what?
Let's see, did we shoot Josh before or after her?
We shot Josh before, I'm pretty sure.
Before that happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure before. It just took forever to get. Yeah, but it had to be before because it just took forever to get out. Like, it just did.
Okay. So yeah. We broke up, and that was Thanksgiving weekend, and then like pretty much like the whole month of December, obviously I was fucking sad, and I didn't really do anything. And then we had that talk in the car and the heart to heart, and I wouldn't say I came to my senses, but like,
Yeah, I was hard on you, but it was just. is
I mean,
needed.
people, not everybody needs it. Person to person, it varies. But like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I was one of the people that something drastic had to happen to me for me to change what I was doing in my life, because I wouldn't say I wasn't living a bad lifestyle, because obviously I don't do anything to like harm my body, but it's just like it was
toxic in its own way.
Yeah, it was lazy. It was no motivation. It was but yeah, it was just like I said, lack of motivation, no self-drive, no motivation within any of my relationships, parents, you, podcast, girlfriend. So I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? I was like, it's like pushing all y'all, not necessarily away, but away. I just like wasn't.
Do you feel like you weren't like mentally or presently there, or both?
I wasn't.
Like you
both.
were just existing. I
Both. Yeah, and I thought about the future way too much. I wasn't like living in the present with like even my own self and my own life, and there was reasons for that. Just financially, job wise, age wise. Just
I got you.
I guess you can call it a midlife crisis. I don't know if that falls under a
That
midlife crisis.
quarter life
I
crisis.
wasn't dyeing my hair or anything, but no. So a lot of that was going on during the podcast, and so when we broke up, and then so I was trying to think of where I was at. That was going on their podcast. We broke up, and then I was sad. We had that heart to heart, and then we talked, and then it wasn't even from there. It was just me being, I guess, alone to my like just. Obviously, I was in my room because I was just excited. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to see anybody and all that. Just reflected on everything. Relationship, relationship with myself, with you, with her, with like everything, and like reflect on like the lifestyle I was living. I just had like a conversation like you just have to have with yourself, and like dig deep and shit like that. And so I had that, and then I realized like this, like I can't keep doing this if I want to do what I want to do in this, with you, with my parents, with anybody. Like I have to be healthy for myself if I want to be healthy for like everything else. Yeah. And that's what it was. It was just like I wasn't like healthy at all. I was eating a lot of fast food, not going outside, not getting any sun, not socializing with people. Yeah. Because I've been out here way more.
Dude, I know, bro. Because
this time around than like the first
first lease.
Yeah, the first.
You come out randomly on those random moments, and we'd watch some bullshit until 4 a.m. on a work day. Yeah. But it's been great, bro. Like, because I mean, when CJ first moved in,
I felt bad because I wasn't.
Just us, bro.
I felt bad because I told him, and I felt bad because I wasn't coming out. And like I was like, dude, you just moved in, and like I felt bad because like I don't want you to think like I don't want you here, I hate you, whatever. He was like, nah, bro, like I understand, like you're going through some shit. And I was like, I know, I just felt bad, dude. I'm sorry.
Everyone handles it their own way too, you know.
But no, I started coming out here a lot more, and then I just, like I said, had a deep talk with myself, and I changed like a lot of bad habits in my life. I'm way better mentally. I'm like a lot happier with myself mentally. I think a lot of that does have to do with like fast food, if I'm being honest.
No, dude. Not to talk about myself right here, but when I was eating last year too, when I was like drinking a lot and eating fast food, I was just like gaining weight, and I was like, girl, what the fuck? But I look too good for that. But like, bro, like just really like eating fast food, right? Like you said, like there would be days where I was just like, why am I so fucking tired?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's because like, and I talked to Steve yesterday about that. Like, it's the way it's made, so it takes forever to digest.
It's a process.
Yes,
And it just sits there and it's
natural.
like,
yes, it's just heavy.
yeah.
Yeah. But go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, I still am somewhat overweight, but I am down 15 pounds from what I was.
Yeah.
But like I was like overweight, and I was still skinny. I guess for the amount of like fast food I ate and like soda I drank and like candy I ate and like bad shit that I ate.
Just sugar.
Yeah, I was still skinny.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I guess like I'm not skinny, but like I was still like I should, in my opinion, I should have been way bigger.
Yeah, you just, like you're
what
like
I was.
like shit, I hit the table, but like this part like up, like you look fine, like up, like you know.
I got them titties though.
Yes, we gonna get you right, bro.
So I cut a lot of that out of my life, and then I started eating way better.
Yeah, bro. You meal prep and stuff.
I stopped drinking soda like that or sweet tea like that. I stopped eating candy like that. I stopped ice cream like that. This past week was bad. I was going through it last week.
With this, like,
well, I was just stress eating. I was stress eating.
That's different.
Like I ate fast food every single day. I had like.
What'd you get? You get some gas or what?
It was just different things.
Wild Wings or what?
Man, that shit pissed me off, dude. That man.
I was like, bro, I seen that box. I was like, hell no, I did not know this man just got.
All right, bro. So I no. So what happened was I ordered from this new place. I forgot what it was called.
You just want to try something?
Yeah, I just want to try some new wings, and because there's probably some fire wings out there somewhere. I went to this place called Wings Up, but it's not too bad. It's kind of gas. But I ordered it. And then the guy comes and drops me off fucking a full bag of Wendy's. Like it was a lot of Wendy's. I was like, I texted him on DoorDash. I was like, I think
Wendy's. What the fuck?
I was like, I think you have the wrong
address
order.
Or whatever.
No order. And he didn't respond. So I called him. I was like, hey, I think you have the wrong order. And then he was like, all right, I'll come back and get it. And then I was talking to him, and I was like, yeah. I was like, this is what I got, and I showed him, and then he was like, yeah, it was weird because I called, and then he was like, yeah, but ordered for Carlos. He was like, when I called, they said it was Wendy's, and I told him I had to order for Carlos, and they had it, and he was like, they gave me directions on where to go, and it was a Wendy's, so I was confused. I was like, oh, that's weird. I was like, I guess I'll just let DoorDash know I didn't fucking get my food or whatever. He was like, yeah, and so. By the time like my food got here, it was already late as fuck, so everything was closed. And the only thing open was like Buffalo Wild Wings. And at that point, I fucking wanted wings because that's what I ordered. So I was like, I guess I'm going with them. Yeah. So that's what happened with that. But no, I was eating like
I might have went to the store and got some anti-tizers, whatever the fuck this shit called. Better than that.
Oh, go ahead. But no, I like Monday I ate those wings because. That was when I think you got wings as well.
Did I?
It was, I think you.
Monday.
Yeah, when you had the Asian food.
That shit was slapping, boy. Yeah, I didn't get wings. It was that little brochure that keep hitting on the.
Yeah, and you got wings, and I was like, damn, those look good. And then.
Slapping, boy.
And then. I think y'all were like. Yeah, just get like, cause I was like, damn, I kind of want wings now. And y'all were like, yeah, just try something new. Like, and I like talked about, I can't remember what that name was called. It's just wings. I think it's called.
That's that place you were getting though, right? Because you got it like twice in a week.
I got it. Yeah, same week. Dude, it was bad. It was bad. I'm never doing that again. Cause
it happens, bro.
It was because it was really from work. I was like. Stressed out from
you were
work.
Just like fuck like let me get some good because like I've been working and like one of those.
Oh no, it was just like I was just stressed and I was like, dude, I don't feel like cooking because I had that chicken in there. I was like, I have to cook this. I kept telling myself like, dude, I have to cook this chicken. I have to cook this chicken. I have to cook this chicken.
And it goes.
And then thank God my parents invited me over.
And you brought it with you.
And then I took it out. They're like, hey, we're making tacos. I was like, I mean, I'll go if you're gonna cook my chicken because like I had to cook it. They're like, yeah, your dad would just put on the grill for you. I was like, all right, cool. So they cooked it.
Real ones love them.
But That shit was fire too. There's still some in there. I'm gonna eat here in a little bit, but it was just I was just stressed out from work, and for some reason I just got cravings for like fast food because I haven't like since I've been eating healthier. I haven't been like wanting fast food like that, and wanting ice cream like that.
When you like eat out, you get like healthy options.
Yeah,
you know.
And like all I drink was like water, and last week was like the first time where I wasn't like drinking water. I was barely drinking water, and then because I'd always felt like the gallon up, and I was barely drinking water, and then but I got like wings, Wendy's, McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Blizzard, fucking McFlurry, and that was just it was bad. It was bad. I was like I can't do this again. But I also started going to the gym, and then I was going for a little bit, and then I was gonna get a gold membership, and then that snow came, and then I don't know, it just
stuff came up.
No, it was more of me making an excuse on not to go to the gym because I wasn't necessarily in the full routine yet of like constantly going and going. One time. So I was just like, when I went, I was like, dude, this is fun. And then
I'm talking about just go to the
yeah. And I stopped going. Well, I already know when I go there, like you're gonna make me go like.
Well, it's just nice too because like it's really close. It's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And just like it's so lit. Like especially we start off like cardio and then like we work out and then like getting in that sauna, bro, and just sweating like that. It's just so nice. I love that shit. But
so I started going to the gym and then I stopped, and that's when I lost like most of my weight because I lost weight pretty quick, which I knew I would just because that's always how I've been. And then that snow came and it was like ice water or whatever. Then I stopped going, and then I was like, I'll go next week. Didn't go. I was like, I'll start on Monday. Didn't start.
Yeah, I got you.
And then it just kept getting pushed back.
Yeah.
Then we went to San Diego.
That's a vibe for sure.
Yeah, and then
it was fun.
I was like, I just have to go. So Monday, go to the gym. But I'm way better, and I know I rambled on a lot, but I'm way happier with myself mentally. I'm in a better place in my life, and that just it took a breakup for that to happen because obviously I love the girl to death, and I still want to be with her and whatnot, but like that is kind of what fueled my fire. I was like, because it just showed me that like I wasn't living.
And it's just
I wasn't living or giving out my best self.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially the people that really know you, like me.
Yeah. And so, I mean, when we talked, you're like, I mean, I noticed it, but like I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
But he was like, you're like, I'll just let you deal with it on your own.
I think, I mean, at the end of the day, I think everyone goes through that period in their life. I mean, because I hate to say this, but I went through it early, and I went through it last year. Really, I mean, like as I got older, because I mean, it's one of those periods. It's like something happens, and it's like you really don't understand why, but you just kind of like you just find a way, and like and this is one of those things that you just kind of found a way. Like the crazy thing for me watching it, and the outside in is just like how immediate the shift was. Like it's not. And that right there just tells me, like, I know what kind of person you are, like, internally. But for you to just cut eating like that, start working out immediately, and then grinding the pod, too, and getting a new job and working, and doing all this all at once, while still dealing with that mental battle, and being in your room and stuff, like, that takes a lot of... And that's why, like, I tell you I'm proud of you, because that's just not easy to do. I know, like, firsthand, like, that's not easy to do. So, like, that right there showed me, I was like you said, that's why it is dramatic when it happened, because you were like, the shift was so dramatic. It caused me to just get in this high gear, this shift, really for your own well-being. Like, like you said, you feel better. Like, I would say you're like at peace with things to an extent, not like completely, obviously, but like from my perspective, like to an extent, because you kind of know like you're still doing what you got to do to improve every day, like with what you want to do and just your life. So
now, I was able to figure out majority of like why I was thinking the way I was, doing stuff the way I was, and I was able to like answer those questions. And going back to like me always thinking about the future and like always like talking about stuff that doesn't need to be talked about.
It's not there yet.
Now I'm in a point where I do take it like a day at a time. Like today is today.
Yeah.
When tomorrow gets here, tomorrow will get here.
It gets here.
I keep my head where my feet are.
Yeah. That's a good analogy.
So that's like where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with like everything that happened. Whether it was with her, whether it was with you, my parents, like just everything that I just the way I was my past 4 years, I'm at peace with that. Because like I told you today, like you can't change the past. There's no point on dwelling on it.
Exactly. There's
like I can't do anything about it, but I can change how I am going forward.
Well, it is even crazy too, because like
am I tripping or did you hear the camera just die?
Low key, I thought I did earlier.
I heard it just now.
I'll check.
Okay. Is it on?
Yeah, it's going.
Oh, okay. I heard the whatever the noise it makes. Anyway, sorry about that. What was I talking about?
You were just saying like, just like dwelling on the past.
Oh yeah, so like
or something.
Yeah. I don't look like because I used to just like look back on the past and like dwell on it and like sit on it and like let it like I guess take over me in a way, and I would just like get sad and depressed or like whatever. But now I'm just like I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Like it happened. I can't change it. I can't dwell on it, but I can change it. I do things going forward. And that's like been another like big thing for me, and like being able to view things differently than what I viewed them in the past. That's another big thing for me. So it's been like a lot of like big improvements, like self improvements that like I don't know if y'all noticed, but I noticed within myself. So, but yeah, the breakup is kind of like what gave me like the push, like I said, which sucked, but it is what it is. I mean, I can't do anything about it. It happened.
Gotta keep going.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, that's where I'm at. It stuck too because I said I was gonna start going out more because I do need to like hang out with my friends more because like y'all do want me to go out and like y'all want to like hang out with me and whatnot.
Yeah.
It just sucks because like ever since like I said that I literally have not had the opportunity to because I've always had something going on.
Yeah, we understand. I mean, it's been one of those things like, I mean, like CJ and we were talking about it earlier, kind of off camera. Like me and CJ were saying like there's those people who go out like for like a specific reason. Like we go out to really enjoy each other's time and company, and it's also with the work too. Like the only time we really hang out is doing this. So it's like I want to hang out with you doing other stuff. Yeah. Like there's just, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff like me and you both like being from Austin that we haven't even done. That's why like when going out, like going to like these different spots downtown and stuff was so cool and new to me because it was like, I don't know, it's just like, and then moving away and then coming back, it's like, oh, this is cool, it's new, it's different, like. And then, like you said, you just don't know who you're gonna meet.
The other thing that sucks too, like I don't have a car right now.
Yeah.
So like, even if I did go out, maybe there's sometimes like I don't want to stay out that long, so I'll just drive myself rather than I have to wait for them to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and get home.
Just know, just know when you go out with us, you ain't gonna be thinking about the time. You're gonna be
I know, but that just
you'll be like, I want more time.
Anyways, but nah, because I've always been. It's just been this year so far. Like I've just kept myself busy, and I've always been busy. Like we realistically only have with this and everything else that we're doing, like 1 day off.
Yeah,
I'd say like Sunday or Monday. It's like one of those days.
Yeah, because it's like
like all the other days, we
can really break the schedule down kind of real quick. Like, I mean, for me at least, like Sunday, Monday, I do like it depends on what I'm doing, but I use it as like a recharge day. Monday, I have to use one of those days to prepare the week, either like getting whatever we're gonna upload ready, and then like obviously if we do a sports podcast, getting the notes ready. Tuesday, Zach and CJ shoot. So sometimes we're on those. That takes away that day. But if not, you've been working.
Well, no, because it's really Sunday because, I guess every other Monday. We have meetings every other Monday.
Yeah, we need to do those again. I kind of want to.
Well, we stopped when we went to San Diego, but I mean, we'll start here soon. But that's like something that was consistent. Was every other Monday we always had meetings, so that took away a Monday.
Yeah.
But continue.
And we just we do meetings every other Monday. CJ and Zach would shoot every Tuesday. We shoot on Wednesdays. Whatever it is, we do something. Thursdays is kind of like for you, it's kind of like an off day, or it depends unless you've been like having a busy week and you have to edit the pod that day. And that kind of pushes me and you both to stay up because like you might have to edit it that day, and then I got to still stay up because in order to stay along with the schedule, I at least have to. And then now that I'm like in the office all the time now, so like I have to like have all that ready by Thursday night. So Friday, like everything's good. And like even last Friday, bro, like I came home on lunch and like was doing shit to like get the social media in line because it's just kind of like the standard. And I mean, like I said, people don't understand how hard it is, bro. And that's why people do like a few podcasts and quit. And they don't even take it to the length we do. They do like fucking 3 or 4 audios and quit, you know, like we do audio, visuals, social media, clips, TikTok, everything. And it's between me, you, and Albert, and it's hard as shit. And it's like, I don't know. It's just you don't understand. It's like, unless you're doing something like this, you really don't understand like the sacrifice it makes. Cause I mean, and the thing, we still have personal lives. Like we still hang out with our family. We still hang out with our friends outside of this. Like we still balance it all.
Yeah, because like Monday through Friday is like work, and this Saturday and Sundays are like still work for me because I still work part time at Best Buy.
Yeah. Or we might have to shoot something.
Or we're shooting
or something.
And like those Saturdays, Sundays is like when you hang out with your friends and family. Because I've been going to my parents a lot lately, good. And then I'm
going to mine this weekend.
And then we've had to shoot something.
Yeah.
So it's lately it's been really, really busy, like for this, with this. So like that it's just been,
which is good. It's been great, but it has been draining. Like CJ said, like on his and like just talking to him, he's like, bro, it's just so draining. And that's why we're like, well, you have people that want to help you. You have to ask them, because if you don't, you're going to burn yourself out. Like it's draining.
That like, I think we have like a perfect balance with all three of us with what we do, and like how we go about things. Because I'll edit all the videos, and then you'll do the social medias.
Yeah, I do like a lot of house cleaning type things with it. Yeah.
And then Albert
does the harder shit.
He does like all the harder stuff. Yeah. So it's Albert might not have a video for 3 months, but the video that he does have is good. It's fire, and it probably takes a long ass time.
Yeah. Especially like as the summer heats up, and whenever we do our deal, with everything we got going on, the content's going to be insane, because we're going to be able to do more shit that's fits it, you know? Mm-hmm. So, and that's okay. Like, cause we know what we got to do. We've been doing a podcast for 2 or 3 years. So it's time to elevate. You got to do the other stuff.
I do kind of,
we can talk about it.
No, I'm saying I do kind of feel bad for you, because you do all the social media, and
that's cool.
I'm not even on social media.
Yeah. How's that been?
It's been fun, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. It's nice. I ain't gonna lie. It is nice, because the reason I got off of it was because of my breakup.
Yeah.
But like, I'm so used to being off of it, and then looking back at it, you realize how much of your day you actually waste on social media. And it's nice to like be off of it, and then you can like, it allows you to like do other stuff that you weren't doing because you were on social media.
So what have you been doing in your free time?
Wait, gotta go.
Yeah, that's cool.
What I've been doing in my free time is, if you count editing as free time, editing mainly. Been watching some animes. I've been watching a lot of YouTube. And then just hanging out with y'all, learning more about like F1. I don't know, like I'm just big on F1 right now. Like it really is like my favorite sport.
It's cool, bro.
And then since spring's here, going fishing a lot soon.
Baseball too.
Baseball's here too. Yeah. Been watching Texas baseball, unfortunately. But
we gonna get you up on the wakeboard this summer or what? You gonna try?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. And then gym.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing in my free time. Sold my PC, building a new one.
Big rich guy over here.
No, we're not going into that. We're not going into that. We're not going into that. But
I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm excited for that to come in. I'm excited to edit on that. Really.
Yeah, it's gonna be a game changer. It's gonna be shit gonna be coming out like hotcakes.
Yeah, I'm excited to edit on that. Really.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. But yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah,
it's been nice. You realize like
you've been catching up on a lot of stuff. Cause I always been telling you to watch stuff and you haven't. So
I'm bad with YouTube. I'm still like, even though I'm starting to watch more YouTube,
you just watch who you watch when you get on there.
I mean, I found some like new people, I guess I watch, because I've been watching like this channel's called Audit the Audit.
Is that the one with like that dude that has like 4 million, 5 million?
No. Well, he has millions of subs, but this guy's like the Audit is like people will get pulled over by like cops and like know the law, like really, so like, really good.
Yeah, so
and
they
then
like
cops like
argue back.
Yeah. And then some people, like some cops get fired.
I couldn't do that. But.
Some cops get fired. No, there's a lot of yeah. Some cops get fired, sued.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool.
I might check that out.
Yeah, it's called Audit the Audit. Yeah, because there's one like Zach, because I told Zach to watch it because like that's like kind of stuff.
That is the shit Zach likes.
And then he brought up a video and I was like, oh yeah, it's from the same people, but the guy was from Canada and he was driving to California with his Lambo. And then the officer pulled him over. Forgot why. And then he was like, "You can't drive this car. You have to have American driver's license." He was like, "No, I don't." Like,
yeah,
we're in treaty with Canada. Like, you don't. I don't.
Like,
I can.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then, but yeah, stuff like that. And
that's
then,
lit. That's cool.
What was the other one I watched? Oh, that's called. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but this guy like. We'll call like scammers, and like he would trick them into like thinking that they're getting money from him, and then he'll like go in and delete scammers. And then and he'll delete all their files, and then he'll get people's numbers that they've stolen from and call them like, hey, like this is what's going on. I just wanted to tell you. Like,
that's dope as fuck.
And no, the dopest part is there's people who've lost like thousands of dollars, and then he was like.
He pays them.
He gives them all that money back.
Wow.
I mean, that's what the channel's like supposed to be for.
That's super dope, bro.
Yeah, and there's this one lady.
Is he like anonymous though? Because I feel like people would be trying to get after this man.
No,
that's kind of dope. I like that. That's dope.
I guess he's like a hacker. I don't know, because he's like knows how to get into their computer.
Bro, I can't stand scammers, bro. That one time, me and Lon were dealing with that bullshit, bro. I want to slap the fuck out of that dude, bro. Oh my.
But and then now I'm on this other one. Is the one I sent you? Yeah. It's called Mr. Ballin'. That one's dope, but I just binged that all day. Like I just have it on in the background.
That's the one with these crazy ass stories.
Yes.
And you were like, how does he research? Well, he has a team. He has to. He has to.
But when he first started, though,
yeah,
like he was still like, that was like what he did. So like the fact that he researched all this, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like what's one of the?
That's just a person who loves research. Though. There's people who literally love research.
Yeah. And then he used to be a Navy SEAL, but he got medically discharged.
Okay. That's badass.
And then, but yeah, I'm watching a lot of that. Yeah. And the reason I say I bet on YouTube is because I binge watch. Yeah. Like, well, I wouldn't say I binge watch. I just have it on in the background. And it sucks because, like,
yeah,
I do fuck with CJ, but, like, I don't throw his stuff on. I do fuck with Steve, but I don't throw stuff on. Bash, but I don't throw their stuff on. Just because like I don't know.
Because you want to pay attention, but that's a good thing.
That's
about
like
podcasts,
that's
though.
the other thing is like because I don't get to hear it.
Yeah.
Theirs is because I want to like pay attention. But what I do is the way I catch up on my podcast is whenever I have like something going on that takes a long time.
Yeah.
That's when I'll play the podcast because I know I can like listen to it like when I'm going on flights, car drives, work, like at work.
Yeah.
That's when I listen to podcasts because
Yeah.
that's when because like even like I fucking love Optic, but like I'm so far on Hex's podcast and Optic's podcast,
And even the Optic podcast, since they're so like current, you can't like it doesn't really matter. Like you can pick it up whenever.
Yeah.
That's kind of like too like for me with the podcast thing. Like that's why, dude, I watch so many podcasts now. It's like
I should watch podcasts because I can learn.
Yeah,
from
it's
that.
just ridiculous though because it's like, bro. So like if I like had to name you them, like I got the Optic podcast, the Eavesdrop, which is Hex's. And then I watch like interviews time to time, like with certain artists, but not really that often. It depends on who it is. PCT, I watch CJ and them's. Especially like when I'm editing in my room, I just have it up and I just look and like or do something.
See, I can't listen to shit while I edit.
Well, I'm not like editing, I guess.
I know, but that's like I can't
because
like
it's different.
Yeah.
So I've been playing NCAA a lot because I can just play Road to Glory show and like have their shit on.
Yeah, I can't like I just because I have to like listen to what they're saying.
Yeah,
like what's going on in the podcast because I like to switch the cameras at certain points, so I like have to pay attention to like what's actually going on.
My podcast rotation has been crazy because like the Pivot, IA, Hex, Eavesdrop, PCT, Bussin' with the Boys, like all these people, Mike, Y&K, like I have so many in rotation. I'm never not. And then I've been really watching like the this Oklahoma channel that like does like a radio show every week, like
something on the prairie or whatever.
Yeah. Like Palace on the Prairie, I watch that. And then there's an Oklahoma show. It's just like the voice of college football. It's like this. It's like a through Zoom, and then like they just talk about Oklahoma football. Like I watch all this stuff.
And then JD,
like, and his videos are dope. Which we're excited for his stuff. But yeah, bro, it's just like I'm always watching content, and like I've been watching so many podcasts. I'm super behind on That Dude in Blue. He's posted like 7 or 8 reviews that are fire that are all on my watch later, and I haven't watched any of them. It's like I don't know. It's just hard to do. It's hard, like because all the time I'd be spending watching TV is doing this shit. So like the only time I really listen to podcasts is on when I'm working.
I used to watch like you always hear me talk about Asu. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched Asu. Like I don't know. I just haven't. Because
I feel like you also haven't been gaming, so I feel like you're not.
Well,
not
no,
as,
that
not as like keen to watch it.
Because I fucking every time Optic's playing, hey, it's on.
Yeah, but it's different though. Because like when you're gaming, like because I really like the thing is I really don't watch Twitch like that. Only time I ever watch Twitch is when I'm gaming myself. But lately I've just been having it on pod because I've been playing like Road to Glory. Like I haven't been having to play like a game where I got to be like locked in. And like I was playing Halo. Like I started Halo's campaign, Infinite's campaign, like last week. And like I'll have like a stream on, but like since it's a game, I'm like trying to like really like get myself immersed in the story. I have their shit muted. And I like just was like I'm not even really watching whoever I'm watching. Amaranth sometimes, but no kidding. But boy, redheads are my weakness.
Anyways,
but
yeah. Also, the other thing it's been a nice break from games too.
Yeah.
I thought it'll fix my sleep schedule, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, it's part of it. We're always gonna have a crazy sleep schedule. That's why we finna be an ass dude.
Dude, I was telling my dad, I was like, because he always says like he always tries to go to sleep earlier, on like Tuesdays because we're going on Wednesdays. He has to go in he has to be there at 7.
So you see your dad every Wednesday?
Yeah,
that's lit. Y'all dap each other up and shit.
I mean, I go and tell him like what's up.
He didn't tell me about it. Office.
He didn't tell me about it today.
Damn, the boy said you need to be working more, is what he said.
And I called him. He didn't even answer me after work.
Damn, he
didn't even call me back.
Damn, that boy must have been like you slacking or something.
Like I don't know. But
that's cool though.
Because I went to like I was like, is he still? Because when I was leaving, I was like, is he still here? And then I went to his office. Everything was off. And I was like, I guess he left.
That is cool though that you work with him. That's kind of cool, bro. Like I don't know. it's just different because like you never would think that you're gonna work with your dad, you know, like at a corporate level. So
it's nice too because he is a manager. And
he gonna look out for you, bro. At the end of the day, you're his kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna look out for you. That's dope.
But I was telling him, I was like, dude, I go to sleep at like 2 to 3 every single day. Yeah. And just wake up. Like, I was like, I'm just used to it. Yeah. Which sucks because it is gonna catch up to me. But I'm just like, dude,
it sucks. I mean, but I'm used to it. It does suck though. As I've been going to the office more, dude, I've been fucking exhausted. Like I've been trying to go to bed at midnight. I can't. Yeah. I mean, I'll be in bed, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Like you said, then on the weekends, it's the weekend, so I'm not trying to fucking go to bed early because like really the real reason to catch up on a weekend, because I don't really try to sleep in no more. Like I hate waking up at 12. It's like such a waste on like a Saturday or Sunday. So preferably, I should go to bed at like 10 on a Friday night. But like, bro, I'm not finna do that shit. Like it's Friday night. Like I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? Finna catch a vibe. Like I'm not finna do that. So, like you said, the sleep schedule is important. Like Albert said that one time we were having those meetings. He was like, you get 6 hours, that's all you really need. And he's true. I remember when I was playing football with my boy Kyle over there at Fort Lewis. Yeah. Yeah, when I was playing football, I normally get 6. And that's what I aim for, really. Because, like, everyone's like, oh, you need 8 hours of sleep. But it's like, bro, I don't know. I'm like, those extra 2 hours, bro, I might. And I think that's kind of why we're separating ourselves from people. Because it's like, we really just spend more time on this shit. And like I said, like just outwork everyone. Like, you know, when you're sleeping, someone's still doing more shit. So like, you obviously got to find a balance. But like, I don't know, bro. You just program yourself to like, you can sleep when we make it. You know, and right now we got to get there. So that's kind of like where I look at it. You got anything else, or do you want to talk about that at all? We can talk about it a little bit.
No. Come on now, you know my answer's always no.
I'm just asking, bro. I just wanted to see.
No, I mean we do have some dope stuff coming. A lot of
shit, really.
It's kind of going to be all at once, so don't get freaked out. Oh, the one thing I do want to talk about is I don't know. I am starting to get a little scared.
About what?
This.
Why? Take it off?
Yes, like
okay.
What's your the faster rate? Like I don't want it to like just be bam and there it is. I don't just because it's
I think we can handle it. That's why.
I'm not saying we can't handle it, but I also don't think we're
help us
ready for it. If that makes sense.
I don't think we're ready for it from like a business standpoint. Like when it comes to like, think about it like this: if we got like a fucking bag, money, all this stuff. Like yes, we know how to allocate money, but like it's gonna get very like, what do we do with this? Like. Do we take it and invest it all back into OP?
Yeah, but you know I also still think we're learning how to have guests on like the way we like talk to them and everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, once you have
because we've been shooting like 2 guests a month, really.
Once you have this, I guess, notoriety to your name or fame to your name or whatever you want to call it, like. Yeah. People are looking for you to mess up.
Every guest is different too, and that's another. That's why I want to get more females on, just because we've only had 2.
And it's also scary,
and like I just want to like continue to like evolve like with talking with a female like on camera and stuff, because it's like different, you know. It's
because like people are like they're probably gonna listen to this and be like, oh, like whatever, but like they don't know that the guests that we have planned and like.
Oh yeah, bro.
Like the following they have.
Well, it's just like it's just the tree. Like there's just such a tree, and we have really good shots. To like
not even that, but like the people that we already have like confirmed locked in.
Oh yeah,
and like the following that they have.
Yeah,
and like
and what they do
and what they do, and then the other stuff that we're gonna do, like I don't know. It's scary. It scares me, and it's like.
Well, I think it's gonna be dope because I mean it's gonna be one of those things like when we do like.
It'll also be different when people like know who you are.
Yeah, it is a lot different when you go out and like. Well, that shit kind of hit me one time. One time I was just like randomly I went to this apartment and like they were playing cards over there, and these people I've never met, and they were like, "You have a podcast, right?" And I was like, yeah, I do. How do you know? He's like, oh, I've seen it like around. I was like, what? Like, he was mutual, like, kind of. I guess, like, he was, like, from there. Like, he's from, like, Fruitvale Round Rock area. But still, though, I did not know these people, and they knew already, like, about it. So it's like, when you, like, walk around in Austin, or, like, we wear our merch, and then, like, they see, like, OP, and they're like, oh, that's Opinionated. Like, that's going to be crazy. One, it's going to be like, damn. Two, that's when we're gonna have to really like know who was really messing with us from day one, and then you gotta like, there's a lot of stuff that comes with it, bro. It's just but it's part of it though. Like you're gonna have chicks, you know what I'm saying, coming out the woodwork. You're gonna have dudes coming out the woodwork talking about, oh, bro, like me and Can go way back, like we were cool in high school. Like there's gonna be like shit like that.
That's easy for me though, just because of the way I am personally.
Well, yeah, I know.
Like how when David came on, he was like, "You were rude when we first met," just because like.
That's funny.
I was like, what do you mean, dog? But no, just like I think I have good intuition about people. And then I know like I'm very, very, even though I had like bad relationships, they weren't bad. I just wasn't.
This is a lack of accountability.
Yeah. Like even though like with like my parents and all that, like I'm still very family oriented, and then the screenshot I sent you
loyalty
today,
shit.
That was like, this is 100% me.
But it is true though.
But
like
once
that's
you're
how
locked in, that's how I've always been. So like if somebody came up to me like, oh, we've been cool since high school, like I know how cool. I know who I'm cool with and who I'm not cool with. I know who I've been rocking with like this long, and it's always gonna be like that. Like but
it's crazy though. I mean,
Bob that I knew in high school, but I wasn't friends with you.
Well, it's crazy though. I mean, I look at it like this too, because like. Length isn't like a valid length. Like you just because you know me or known me this amount of time doesn't mean we're close. Like me and CJ have known each other for a long time, but we didn't really get close till like the last 2 or 3 years. And like he's one of my best friends, bro. Like I'll ride or die for him. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying. So he's not him, Zach. Like these people, like there's certain, and like I haven't known him that long. There's people I've known longer that I've kind of fell out of touch with, and then Steve too. Like. Steve's another person like I like always was cool with, but like lately we've gotten really close, and like it's another person like he shows genuine dude. Like you just kind of know now, especially at this age of 25. Bash Key, like just that foundation of people. Devin, like there's just certain people that I'm like I know like they're like for real my friends like that. Like they support me no matter what. They like all my stuff. You know, they repost stuff, you know. And then there's also those people that are just like, but then again, people can shift and change, but it's like, I'm not going to just cause like, and that's another thing. Like when I had my convo with Brandon Douglas, shout out B-Doug, he was just saying most people that do something in Austin get stuck here. He's like the people that make music here that kind of blow up, they don't leave. They come back, work with the same directors, same producers locally in Austin, which is fine. But like, kind of what we've done and that seed we planted when we first went to Arizona, thankfully we already kind of knew people there. It planted a seed there, and then like us getting certain people on that are not from here, that's what we want to do. We don't want to just be a podcast that's local to Austin. Like that's where we're starting, but we want to like get guests on that are from other places, go fly places, do other stuff, because I mean that's how you really take it to the next level. We don't want to get stuck here, and like that's what a lot of people do. They're fine with that local buzz, local clout, and it's just like that can only get you so far, and then you kind of get molded as like just that, you know. And that's like kind of why we got to move the way we do. I mean, that's why we move the way we do.
And it's dope too, because it's like if the trip we're supposed to take this summer, not to Arizona, the other one, if they keep doing what they're doing, like that, not him, but like
as a team,
but like a player, it could be like a top prospect or like a draftee or whatever, and there's another something from somewhere else. We're supposed to go to Washington State, but when he goes somewhere else, that's
another place. I mean, too, even like in May up the road to Dallas, like with the kind of the network we just made, like that could be crazy too. So it's just like there's some stuff coming up that can really like open that door for real. Then like meeting who I met last Friday, you know, it's just like it's stuff like that, bro. It's just, you know what I mean.
And I'm sorry, I'm so secretive, and I try not to say stuff.
Well,
I just want them to like be excited for whatever it's gonna be, and then like, cause you like when you know something's coming out, like oh it's coming out, but like when something gets just dropped on you, you're like damn.
Well, and the way we're moving about it, like everything's very calculated.
Yeah.
Like so calculated to where I don't want to drop certain stuff in a season type calculated. So it's like at the end of the day, whenever we do everything we want to do, it's gonna be like damn, like they really took their time, they really did it the right way.
But that's why I say I don't know. It just scares me,
because it's like it's gonna
we're
be
gonna have to start doing.
We're
gonna have to start doing
That's
stuff
fine.
certain ways, and like
that's fine, bro. We're ready though, because the thing is, we've been like, yes, the consistency really just shown now, but in layman's terms, we have been consistent because we've been able to do it for a couple years consistently and post videos and whatnot, even at the breaks and shit, even with the hiccups. Me shooting in front of a camera all summer by myself, like we've still been able to do that stuff. And that was one of the hardest things for me too, is this fucking setting up that camera and shooting like that, bro. That was so hard to do because it was like, bro, I did not want to do that. It was not what I originally wanted to do with the vision, what you wanted to do, but you were gone, and we just had to do something, bro. So like I said, we've always been able to adapt, and that's kind of why we're here, and what we're gonna do is adapting. Yeah, because we kind of gotta like. We gotta mold ourselves. We gotta separate, bro. We want to be more than a podcast. We always wanted to do that, so it's time to take it that way. So yeah. But that was fire. I think that shit was good. I don't care as long.
It was long. It was long. I'm sorry, it was so long.
It's gonna be like what, 2 hours probably.
Maybe
like an hour and 45,
something like that. It was long, but it was
needed though, for sure, because we haven't really
it was nice for like us to actually like
ever really
sit down and like. I guess talk or like have one of these or like talk about something that's like not a guest or like not sports. Like,
and that was another thing too. Like I was telling CJ, I was like, bro, we always have a guest on or we do sports. Like that's kind of our niche, but like I kind of do like when y'all like I love y'all's recaps. Like I want to do that kind of with Carlos or Albert or even have you on too, and like we just like literally just chop it up like this. Probably not monthly like them, but I definitely want to do ours like either twice a year or 4 times a year, like once a quarter or like every 6 months. Kind of just like recap everything and kind of get personal too. Like what we talked about, I think is good. Show a little vulnerability.
I'm not. I'm more acceptable talking about it now than like what I used to be. And that's really because of time and like realization, I guess, of like different stuff like she brought out of me.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for sure changed you in like good ways.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I used to be a toxic motherfucker, boy.
Boy, used to be on that time, that evil.
Yeah, evil. A little backwards. Evil.
That's so stupid, bro.
That's my kingdom still. Shout out Future.
Facts.
That's
good, bro. It sucks when a door closes that thought was going to be a long-term door, and
hopefully it's just cracked, bro. When you say it closes,
I'm just saying, bro. Like, I mean, anything can happen.
Knock on the door and you open a little bit.
You gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. If it's meant to be, it is. Yeah, and that's everything. Everything. So like I said, there's a reason why stuff happens the way it does for us, and I truly believe it, and I'm just thankful, really. And I know we'll always be the same. I know we'll always be humble, and I know we'll always still like know where we came from. I'm saying so. Yeah, it was fire, bro. Opinionated off topic, special edition with Carlos and Cam.
Facts.
That was a banger. It's just gonna be fire. I'm excited to like listen to it back and like.
Shit, I'm not.
Fuck it, bro.
Yeah, I'm playing. Like I said, we got some stuff that's just gonna literally drop on you out of nowhere here in the near future. We got some other stuff that's gonna be coming out too. It's gonna be a little bit different, a little bit of shake up than y'all gonna be rocking with. And then
we're gonna really start rolling in these guests, especially once we get what we need. We'll be able to shoot whenever. Yeah. Really. So that's not even gonna be like a scheduling thing. It'll be like we'll shoot that hoe whenever. Really, because I mean, like we said, we got to get in that mood. People just might be available only on that day, and you don't want to pass it up. Have it done, then rather and just edit it later.
If you stayed this long and you want one of those hoodies, like the video.
Wow, do it. If you stay this long, like the video and comment a purple heart, because anyone can just like the video. So
yeah, if you want a hoodie, do all that.
And maybe you'll get something. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe. But yeah, I'll do it for your boys over here at Opinionated Podcast. Off topic, whatever you like. And we're gone.
Peace. Oh, wait, one more question. How's your